What if the best trading books aren't about trading at all? You've studied charts, tested strategies, followed gurus. But when pressure hits, hesitation, overtrading, emotional mistakes, it's not your system that breaks. It's you. Because most trading problems are really mindset problems. So in this video, we're going beyond setups and indicators and diving into 7 powerful books that were never written for traders, but can transform the way you trade. Let's begin. We start with a book that doesn't mention trading once, but explains exactly why most traders fail. The Psychology of Money is about how we think, feel, and act when money is involved. And that's what really moves markets. Behavior, not analysis. Greed, fear, impatience, ego. Those are the real enemies behind most blown accounts. This book helps you recognize those emotions before they take over. It explains why people chase losses, why they hold on to losing trades hoping for a miracle, and why smart traders still make reckless decisions. If you've ever caught yourself thinking, I knew I shouldn't have taken that trade, but I did it anyway. This book shows you why that happens and how to stop repeating it. Because in the end, as Housel says, doing well with money has little to do with intelligence and a lot to do with behavior. And in trading, that might be the most important edge of all. So, if the Psychology of Money explains how emotions shape our decisions, this next book goes even deeper. It shows how your brain is wired to betray you, especially under pressure. In Thinking Fast and Slow, Nobel laureate Daniel Kahneman introduces 2 mental systems that drive every decision you make. System 1 is fast, emotional, and impulsive. System 2 is slow, rational, and analytical. Now here's the catch. When you're trading, especially in real time, System 1 is almost always in charge. That's the voice that says, get out now before you lose more. Double the size, you're due for a win. You missed the move, get in anyway. And before you know it, your plan is gone, and so is your edge. This book doesn't just explain those mental traps, it helps you catch them before they hijack your next trade. It gives you the awareness to slow down, engage your logic, and make decisions like a strategist, not a gambler. Because in trading, reacting fast is rarely the goal, thinking clearly is. And as Kahneman puts it, we're blind to our own blindness. We have very little idea of how little we actually know. This book will teach you to see what most traders never do, the flaws in their own thinking. So, now that you understand how your brain tricks you, let's talk about how to reprogram it, one habit at a time. Because trading isn't just about big decisions. It's about small actions, repeated every single day. And that's exactly where Atomic Habits comes in. James Clear shows that success, in trading or anything else, doesn't come from motivation. It comes from building systems. You don't need to feel disciplined. You need to become someone who acts with discipline automatically. That means reviewing your trades even when you don't feel like it. Following your plan, especially when it's boring. Showing up consistently, not just when things are going well. This book teaches you how to make those behaviors effortless by making them part of your identity. Because in the end, your results don't come from goals. They come from your process. As Clear puts it, you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. And if your system is built on clarity, consistency, and control, that's when trading becomes scalable. Now that you've started building better habits, let's talk about the most underrated trading skill of all, focus. Because in today's world, with notifications, market noise, and constant distraction, the ability to sit down and think deeply, that's rare and valuable. Deep work is about creating space for serious concentration. The kind you need when you're analyzing a setup, reviewing trades, or refining your strategy. Cal Newport argues that shallow thinking leads to shallow results. And for traders, that means overtrading because you didn't stop to plan. Relying on gut feelings instead of real structure. Jumping from system to system without ever mastering one. This book teaches you how to build mental walls, to protect your best hours, to think clearly when it matters most. Because deep work isn't just about productivity. It's about developing a sharp mind that can see through market chaos. As Newport puts it, the ability to perform deep work is becoming increasingly rare and increasingly valuable. In trading, that's exactly what sets professionals apart from distracted amateurs. So, you've trained your focus, built stronger habits. But what happens when the market turns against you? That's where the Daily Stoic comes in. This book isn't about performance. It's about perspective. Drawing from ancient Stoic philosophy, Ryan Holiday delivers one short lesson per day, each one built to strengthen the only thing you can ever control, yourself. Because the market, it doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't reward emotions. It punishes them. That's why traders who survive aren't the smartest. They're the ones who can stay calm, through fear, through greed, and through chaos. This book gives you the mindset to pause before reacting, to accept what you can't control, and to keep showing up regardless of outcome. You'll start each trading day grounded, less reactive, more intentional. And over time, that emotional stability becomes your edge. As one entry says, you don't control the outcome, you control the effort. And that's all you ever need to win in the long run. If the Daily Stoic teaches you how to stay calm, this next book shows you what happens when you don't. Because after a winning streak, a good trade, or a boost in confidence, there's one silent threat that starts to creep in. Ego. In Ego is the Enemy, Ryan Holiday shows how success can become dangerous, not because of the profits, but because of how we react to them. You start to think the rules don't apply to you. You size up too quickly. You stop journaling, stop reviewing, stop listening. Suddenly, you're trading to be right, not to follow your plan. This book is a mirror. It reveals how ego shows up in subtle ways. Forcing trades to prove a point, ignoring risk because this one feels different, getting attached to being the smartest person in the room, and worst of all, refusing to learn when the market humbles you. It's a warning, but also a guide, because when ego steps aside, discipline can take its place, and that's where consistency begins. As Holiday writes, impressing people is utterly different from being truly impressive. In trading, your P&L might go up and down, but your character, that's what keeps you in the game. And finally, we close with a book written almost 2,000 years ago, but still more relevant to traders than most modern guides. Meditations is the personal journal of Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor who faced constant pressure, chaos, and uncertainty. And yet, he remained calm, rational, and grounded, not because life was easy, but because his mindset was trained to handle the storm. As traders, we face the same battle. We don't control the charts, we don't control the news, we barely control our P&L, but what we can control is how we respond. This book is a masterclass in self-mastery, letting go of what you can't influence, focusing on what matters now, returning to clarity when emotions rise. And when you're in a drawdown, frustrated, or tempted to break your rules, these quiet ancient reminders might be exactly what you need. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. For traders, that strength is everything. So, what do all these books have in common? They're not about indicators. They're not about entries or exits. They're about you and how you show up in the market. Because in trading, the edge isn't just in the system. It's in your habits, your mindset, your ability to stay calm and think clearly when pressure hits. You can't control the outcome, but you can control the process. And these 7 books will help you become the kind of trader who's built for the long game. Now, if you haven't seen them yet, we've already released 2 companion videos that go even deeper. The first covers the 7 best books to master technical analysis, from price action to advanced market structure. The second is all about trading psychology and discipline, with insights from legends like Mark Douglas, Brett Steenbarger, and Denise Scholl. Together, these 3 videos form a complete reading roadmap for serious traders. So the question is, will you keep chasing the next signal, or will you start building the version of you that can actually follow through? I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you found the content helpful or engaging, please give it a like, as this helps the video reach more traders like you. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest insights on the markets and practical trading strategies. Sharing this video with your friends or on your social networks can make a big difference and helps our community become stronger. Now, if you want to go even deeper and get access to exclusive content, early video releases, and extra tools to support your journey, consider becoming a member of the ComLucro trader community right here on YouTube. It's a way to support our work and a smart investment in your own development. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.